Away you go.
Hi everybody, this is Dave speaking. Welcome to this segment of Dave Bradley's Lifestyle. I'm actually down under right now. That's if you're in parts of the world where this will be down under. You might be listening to this when you're already in Auckland, New Zealand, or other parts of New Zealand, or even Australia, or some other country in the world. I'm at a very good friend of mine. His name is James. Some years ago, when I was living here for 20 years, around about 7 or 8 years ago, I had a bad back. It turned out to be 2 herniated discs. And I was searching and looking around and doing all sorts of things like stretching, Pilates, one thing and another, yoga, you name it, and I was doing it, but it still wasn't really making a big difference. And a friend of mine in Auckland, New Zealand, when I was living here, said, I'll talk to my friend James at the gym, and the word came back was, tell Dave to come in and I'll fix his back. You know, that's quite a bold prediction, so I came in and he fixed my back. And we're going to go through today some examples of things that you can do yourself just to get a little bit educated, so that if you do have a back problem, there's no reason why you should have that. I'm going to introduce you to James. James is standing here right now. This is James Barrett. You might have seen the magazine already and Work Out with Dave's Trainer and clicked on a few things. We're down here in the summer right now in early February, about the 4th on a Friday. It's beautiful, but I won't go into that because if you're in America right now, you could be suffering some cold weather, so I don't want to rub it in. So I'm going to introduce you to James. He's going to take over. I'm going to be the dummy. I play that part really well.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to have a look at his transverse abdominal activation. We're looking to see whether the muscle that supports Dave's spine and decompresses the spine is functioning normally. What I'll get Dave to do is place his left hand under his lower back and his right hand onto his stomach. He's going to use his thumb and place it over below his sternum, and then he's going to place his fingers just below his belly button. What we're aiming to do is for Dave to take a big breath in and blow his stomach up like a balloon, which will stretch the rectus abdominis, and then as he exhales, he's going to draw his stomach down towards the floor. What Dave's looking for is a feeling of contraction across the hip bones and a light pressure in the hand that's under his lower back. This under the thumb here should be reasonably soft. No major tone in the rectus abdominis. If he can achieve that, what it says is that he has normal function in the transverse abdominal for as far as coordination goes. So take a big breath in. As you breathe out, draw the belly button down towards the floor, and we're looking for that light contraction from hip bone to hip bone. This muscle is designed to decompress the spine. It's really all that it does, and coordinates with other muscles to develop stability in the trunk, ribs to hips. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, draw the belly button down towards the floor. The next thing to be able to do is to hold this contraction and breathe freely. So what we look for is that the lower abdominal stays down and the diaphragm rises and falls freely. So when Dave inhales, his diaphragm moves, pushes into the internal organs. They drive this area of his stomach up into the air. This is his breath in. This is his breath out. This is his breath in. This is his breath out. Again, we don't want any major tone in the rectus abdominis, the muscles that run from the ribs down to the hips. If you're suffering from lower back pain and you can promote this contraction on a regular basis, you'll find that the pressure comes out of the lower back and you'll reduce your lower back pain. It's the underlying contraction to all other movements. If you've got load going from your foot to your hand, the transverse abdominal should be decompressing the spine and working with the other muscles to coordinate oblique contractions, hip stabilizers, and upper torso stabilizers. The next level of effort from here is lower abdominal contraction. Dave's going to take a breath in. As he breathes out, he draws his stomach down and rolls his pelvis towards his ribs, and he'll get a slightly higher pressure in the hand under his lower back. This is lower rectus abdominis, obliques, and transverse abdominals. The aim is to take this level of contraction and add it into coordination exercises, i.e. lifting one leg off the floor, maintaining stability in the pelvis, ensuring there is still freedom in the rectus abdominis, and then lowering and lengthening the leg slowly. As Dave lowers and lengthens the leg, he ensures there's freedom in the upper abdominal by breathing and measuring that breath with the movement of his thumb. And that's the beginning of lower abdominal work. if you're thinking about doing ab training and you're unable to do these exercises, you really need to consider, am I strong enough and stable enough to look after my lower back and my pelvis while I'm trying to work my six-pack? Something to think about. Have a good day.